Hello everyone, welcome back to another AWS episode. Today we are going to learn about multi-factor authentication and policies and about cloud services in AWS. Okay, let's start. First thing, we made user groups and users. As you can remember, we'll do the same here again. We'll have a user group now. We'll give the group name as kman1. And for the policies, we don't need a policy now. We'll just create the group. And for the group, we'll make a user group, a user as well. Username will be kman, hey, and we'll write next. And we'll add it to our user group kman1 and press next. And finally, let's create the user. Okay, the user got created. Now, let's see about multi-factor authentication. Let's go to the user kman hey, and here we can provide our group tags and all, but there's something called security credentials. Okay, so here we can assign MFA devices for our user. Let's try doing that. We'll say assign MFA device, and the device name will be A21S, which is my phone, and let's say next. And I'll use my phone to authenticate the QR code. You have to just say show QR code, and when this is shown, we can authenticate it. Now I'm doing that right at this moment. Okay, let's see, add a call, scan a QR code. I will be doing that with my phone. Once I've done that, I got the MFA code 1, which is 5547326, and let's add another MFA code. This time, another code will be generated. I'll add it now. It's 357948. Now I have provided the multi-factor authentication codes, and let's say add the MFA. Just like that, we made a multi-factor authentication for our user kman hey. All right, now let's see this in action. Let's copy this console link for our user. We copied it, and let's go to another browser. We'll go to Edge, and here we'll provide the link. We'll paste the link like in here and press enter. And here we'll have our kman hey credentials provided. This is the kman hey. We'll go back to our Chrome, Edge, and provide the kman hey, and we'll say the password as well. Before that, you must remember that we have to make a password as well. So here, let's go to our Google and create access key. No, we'll have password here by doing this, and we'll press apply, and let's copy the password for kman hey. We copied it, and let's go back to Edge, and here we'll paste the password. Okay, next thing, let's say sign in. Now we have to provide the MFA code just like that. It's 851 011. Now let's submit and go to our account. It's simple like that. You can use the MFA multi-factor authentication just like how I showed you. All right. Now let's go back to Chrome. I have to tell you about policies in Chrome. So here, let's go to policies. Here we can see some policies and we can say create policy, and we can use a visual or JSON. By select a service, you can generate services for all the services, policies for all services like EC2, IAM, Lambda, and all. And we can view the JSON format of the policy in the policy editor like this. Now I show you something wonderful just like that. Let's see. Here we have in AWS, there's an AWS policy generator. We can make policies, we can design policies by using this. You must follow the link AWS policygen.s3.amazon.com, policygen.html, or you can just search for AWS policy generator and get this. So with the policy generator, we can create policies for our AWS users. Here, one thing, we can allow or deny services. Let's first make a service that denies services. We'll deny actions for all services, or we can say SWS. We can say here we can say S3. We can see we can allow or deny. We can deny services. We can allow or deny services. And here for the Amazon resource name, we can say all, because we don't know the ARN for this just right now. So here we can have all actions and all services. For the principal, we can provide things like this. And we can say add statement and generate the policy, and we got our policy. This is a policy to deny all services. We can copy and paste this. We can copy this JSON policy and go back to our policy permissions, and here we can remove this, and we can have a new policy like this. So in the policies, we have a version which is the date we made the policy. It can vary, and we can put a version anytime. So, and the SID action, set resource and principles, resource and the action, likewise. All right, there are many policies in AWS. Let's dive into one policy and check it out. For AWS S3, we'll go to this policy and check it out. Here, we can go to the JSON one, and here we can see our policy. If effect is allowed for everything and for actions like describe subnets, addresses, describe addresses, and likewise. And we can have the effect, actions, and resources for the ARNs and SIDs and effects and resources just like this. So you can make policies in AWS like this. Remember to use the policy generator, or you can generate the policy by we can get the policy as a JSON policy, or we can create it using the AWS policy generator, which I showed you before. And likewise, we can make policies in AWS. So here we go to create policy, and the policy generator, we just have to select a service and we can generate the auto generate the JSON and go next and next and next to create a specific policy for our services. Okay. Actually, I don't need a policy right now because there are many policies which I can use in my account. So here we made a user group, a user, and now let's see roles. Roles are something like this. Roles, if services want to access other services, we can use roles for that purpose. Likewise. And then there's identity providers. Identity providers is it gives access to multiple AWS accounts and uses a single sign-on access to all assigned accounts in one place. So that means you can add other AWS IAMs for this and proceed on. Then there's account settings. In the account settings, we can see that you can change our account password specifics like here. You can change the password minimum length to 8 characters, make it uppercase, lowercase, or numbers, or non-alphanumeric numbers. And we can say never expire the password likewise. And here you can see that there are endpoints, region names, endpoints, and ST status. The global endpoint is always active, and the North Virginia is always active. And we can deactivate some regions which we don't want to have our services implemented on them. That's something AWS provides for us. So we can make it active or inactive here. Okay. Next thing, there's access reports. Access reports have access analyzers. Access analyzers like this. We can work on access analyzers and have access reports. We can have a credential report. We can just download our credential report here without giving any passwords or any credentials here. Okay. You must remember that in cloud, the CloudTrail is the service that audits API operations for purposes. And there's also CloudWatch, which manage resource monitoring like CPU, memory, and net and S3 request services. Okay, so now let's go back to the user and let's stop the multi-factor authentication because we don't need it again. So here we'll go to security credentials and we'll delete the multi-factor authentication. Wait, where is it? Wait. You can delete the multi-factor authentication. We can resync it or remove it. So that means resync is to change it and remove to remove it. So it's removed right now. And next thing, there's something more. We can assign MFA devices here. We can have authenticator apps, security keys, hardware toad keys, likewise. Okay. So let's go back to our Edge browser and see what happened. In the Edge browser, we can log out from this. Okay. Next thing, let's go back to the Google Chrome browser. And here we go to users and we'll delete this user. That's the best practice for us securing from charges. So we'll try kman here and say delete user. And the user got deleted. And now we'll delete the user group as well. Hey man one. All right. So we did this today. We learned about the multi-factor authentication, roles, policies, and identity providers and account settings changes. And we learned about the endpoint region endpoints and status. Okay, that's it for today. And I'll come back with another lesson another day. So take care, guys, and stay safe. Bye.